The topic of my presentation is NIST 26 free demonstration copy of msms integrated processing. This is a fully functional copy to give people an idea of how to use the software in their applications and includes data files and a very small library and fully functional NIST 26 software, only the msms part, not the EI part. This is part of a full course on my website on NIST 26 with the newly integrated deconvolution library searching for EIGCMS and LCMSMS data. I have also prepared a handout with the video, and I will not talk about the things in the handout. It has a lot of information that you will need to read to install and use the software, and some comments about what's present in the different demo software and associated files and libraries. So I'll leave that to your review, but it does have an overview. It's got some estimates that compare the free public libraries to the NIST 26 library, has installation of the software, and you need to have required file locations for certain things. So you need to do all of that, but that's all in the handout. Take a look at it. You'll need it to actually use the software. I'm going to go through the processing files pretty quickly and not go into a lot of details, but my website has a very detailed course on the use of the new chromatogram window for processing msms data. So if you want to learn more, take a look there. If you're a long time NIST user, you'll notice that we have another tab down here to the right of the librarian, and that's the chromatogram. And that's the one that processes the data for msms deconvolution and also library searching. So after you've selected it, we'll go up to the top, left click on Analyze msms Input File. We'll go pick our file, and I put them all in the same place, so I'll have to go find those under the demo files here. Test files. And you'll notice there's 5 files here. We'll just do the positive because the positive, negative, those are the ones supplied by NIST. And these are the ones that came off my website. And I'll show you how to process them, at least one of those also. So let's pick the positive file and say open. We'll go in and select positive ion mode. The tolerance, we'll just check. It should be 20 and 40. That looks good. The libraries, we'll do the demo lib because they're all the species that are in this file are in that demo library, both positive and negative. And we won't do the hybrid search. This will just be an MS identity search with the precursor specified from this file. So we'll say OK, and we'll let it run. I don't know exactly how long it'll take to run, but if it takes a while, I'll cut out a little bit of it. Oh, it took around 20 seconds or so. So I'll cut that out from the video when I process it. What we'll do here, I just want to look at the big components, the major things in the file. So I'll left click on abundance relative. And now at the top is the 100%, which is this peak here. You can see the little green dot up there. Let's just pick, I'm left clicking on the 100 and I'm holding the shift key down. And I'm going to do 25.9 abundance and above. Now I've got the list that I want. I right click on that and say show selected. I like to process things from low retention time to high. So I'll click one time on retention time and click again to have the lowest first. Let's talk about the window. We have the structures. If you open the software, I believe the default settings do not show this structure. I like to say structure on plot. So make sure that's clicked by right clicking on that window and going to properties. It also has the structure here at the bottom. And up here is the unknown spectrum, and here's the best library hit for it. And I'm going to go down in the list and click on the first one with the left button. And then I'm just going to use the arrows on my keyboard, the up and down, to look at the results. So that's the first one. Good fit there. Good fit there. Good fit there. Just stepping through them with the down arrow. So we've pretty much got everything identified. So really the basics are as simple as that. It's a very simple process for processing the data. So the program will do a lot more than that, but those are the basics. I want to process one of the files off my website now. So let's go up to File, Analyze MS Input File, and we'll go pick one of my files. Pick this Checkout Test Mix. That's the one that I've used in a lot of the videos in my course. We'll open it. course, it'll be the same tolerance. That shouldn't change. And the libraries, we'll do the three public libraries. So we'll add those to the list. We'll get rid of the demo, because that's just a very small specialty library. And we'll say OK to that. And you can always run these in background if you want to do something else while it's running, but we'll just run it live. And I'll cut out the time. So we say OK. Went relatively fast, about 8 seconds to do all of those. But again, I just want to show you the major components. We'll left click on abundance relative. I left clicked on that to select it. Then I'll hold the shift key down and let's go down to everything with 2%. And that's what we'll look at. So we'll say right click on that list that's highlighted and say show selected. And again, I like to process things from low to retention time to high. So I'll click once, then that gets the high first, click again, and you got that. And then you can just step through them like we did before if you want to. You can just look at them. I'm just looking at the top and bottom, that head to tail display up there, and see if the results look good. And it looks like it's done a good job of identifying most of the things from that library. So this is not as good as the NIST library by a long shot. The high resolution NIST library is the gold standard, but this will really just show you a lot of the major components and just show you how valuable this approach can be. And then if you really want to do it, you ought to buy a full copy with the NIST library. The other thing you can do is send things to the library if you want to. Like if I wanted to send this just to see if there are other possibilities, you right click on it and say library search. Now it's going to send it to the lib search over here. We need to go make sure our libraries are set up right, which they weren't, so we didn't get any results. I'm going up here where it says library search options, and we'll pick the search type. It's going to be an identity msms with the precursor specified from the data file. We do a full spectrum search. That looks good. Tolerances are the same as the other one. The libraries will be different. We'll take out the demo live, bring in our three public libraries, add them, and then say OK. I'll go up here and select the top unknown again and say go. And there are the results. So you can see it came up and said methoxyron. You can see a lot of times with this, you don't get structures from these three public databases, but if you step down through them, you'll find another one, a good hit. So you can see the hits are over here, the scores are listed here. As you step through them, you'll find one that shows you the structure. If you want to see those multiple structures, make sure you do not have this best matching only selected, because then it'll only show the best matching, and if it doesn't have a structure you won't see it. So turn that off if you want to get a chance at seeing some of the structures. Now we can go back to the chromatogram. If you wanted to send this to someone or keep it for your records, you left click just like I did before to select the first one, hold the shift key, go to the bottom, and then say copy selected hits to clipboard. And when you did that, you could take that list with all the information here and post it into the results into an Excel spreadsheet. So that's pretty much easy to reporting. Maybe we'll just step through these different titles here. So the retention time's obvious. The score is what it's based on 1,000. The score unfiltered, you'd have to go read more in another video about that. The dot product is a more direct match to match score, while the score filters out based on other parameters. The abundance relative we talked about. The precursor, that's the one that it used to get the msms. Tells you the type. You can see they're mostly hydrogens, but there's a sodium here. And then you have the library ID over on the other side. If you go up to the top, as you click through them, you can see you jump through the green dots. It just kind of echoes it up there so you can see which peak you're looking at. You can also narrow the list by left clicking and dragging. That way you pared the list down. So we'll say unzoom to go back from that. But that's pretty much the processing of the data. Well, I hope you enjoy using the demo software to evaluate the NIST msms data deconvolution and library searching and identifying unknowns. The software is now available on their website for download. So give it a try and consider buying a copy of the full library, which I think you'll find very useful in your work. Good day.